If you're looking to get started with AI automation using Make AI, GenAI, LLMs, I'm going to be going through that in this video. Most business owners are stuck in one of three cycles. One, they're confused by AI. Two, they struggle to connect with their systems. And also, they're unsure if AI is even worth the investments. Now, the reason that this is so confusing is because 75% of business owners actually don't understand AI terminology. They don't know the difference between these different processes. So, to break this down for you, let's start with generative AI. Generative AI is a technology that creates new content based on patterns it's already learned. As you can see by this little example I have here, GenAI is the roots of a tree. It helps build everything else up. So, you're already using GenAI if you don't know it. You're using tools like OpenAI, obviously ChatGPT, Descript, all of these different AI tools are generative AIs. They were all trained, they all use transformers, and they're all using that to help you get to where you want to be. You're just prompting these and you're getting the responses. Now, what are LLMs? Because that's the big deal here. Everyone tries to use this word, no one really understands what it means. So LLMs, or large language models, is the technology that understands and generates human languages. This is the model that LLMs use. It's pretty simple. It breaks text down into tokens, which are like these computer words, and it analyzes patterns and predicts what comes next. That's how when you prompt something into ChatGPT, it takes what you put, breaks it down into different words, and then it uses it to create new sentences or predict what you're going to put next. So, as you can see back to our root tree, ChatGPT is just one type of LLM. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of LLMs out there today. Generative AI, as we said, is the root of this tree, and LLMs is like the trunk. It's what holds everything together. Then there's all of these little sub-AIs such as Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, and a whole bunch more. So, what are the real business applications for you? How can you actually implement AI? And what can AI solve for you? So, these are different use cases. One, a customer feedback analysis. You can do hundreds and hundreds of these through automation, through Make AI specifically. That's what I really specialize in. Data summarization, personalized communications, and even content creation. Obviously, you've seen people when you type in their like little Instagram chats, it's like send DM for a message, and then they automatically reply to you. And all of that happens through Make and through different automation systems that are prompted to receive that response and then return the next response, whatever that may be. So, understanding now the limitations that come with this, because everyone holds very high expectations for AI. However, you need to understand how to troubleshoot these AIs. You need to understand that AI is not perfect. No matter how much we believe in it, how much we trust it, AI is not perfect. So, realistic expectations do equal better results. That's just a fact. Now, the number one limitation is a knowledge cutoff. AI only knows what it's been trained on. As we go back to the first LLM models, these are pre-trained tools. So they only know whatever they've been trained to know. They don't actually have real knowledge. And that's going to lead to the next limitation, which is they only have a surface understanding of concepts. So they might be confident about a response, but they might not be correct. For example, an AI can take George Washington and say that he was one of the smartest men alive and that therefore he invented the light bulb. While that's not true, it connects these different points based on patterns that it sees, not on actual truth. Finally, the third limitation is recombining versus creating. So AI doesn't actually create new content, it just repurposes existing content. AI recombines existing content and mixes it in new ways to create new patterns, not new content. So, the number one thing that you can do for this is overcoming those limitations. Because no matter how many flaws a system has, there's always ways to get around it. And I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to do that now. RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. In simple terms, RAG just means giving the AI more information. So, for example, when the AI is trained, you can train it on only your business's data set, or you can train it on your business's data set plus whatever Google has or whatever Wikipedia has. The point is, if the AI is trained on more data, it has more relevant options and it performs better. The next way is keeping a human in the loop. That's what they call it. And in simple terms, human in the loops just means having a human constantly update these, constantly maintain these AIs, these automations, these systems that you're running through. It helps maintain it, obviously, updates the system, and it assists. So obviously, if the AI makes an error, which shouldn't occur if you prompt it right, but if it does make an error and you have someone there to check it, it makes it 10 times easier, because now your customer is not getting a wrong feedback, or your automation is not screwing up, or it's not repeatedly screwing up, which can save you operation cost, can save you money, obviously, because you're spending less, and it could just make your systems work better. AI is a new technology, and it's evolving every single day. What wasn't possible 6 months ago is possible now, which is crazy to think about how rapidly this is skyrocketing. And AI is already predicted to, over the next 5 years, be worth over $500 million, which is crazy as it is. So, how do I recommend you starting? Because all of these different gurus, they'll tell you thousands of things, and I might not be the most qualified person. Don't get me wrong. I've only been doing AI automation for about a month now. So, take my word lightly. But, based on my experience, going through the full Make Academy, working on the Airtables Academy, and really focusing on honing my craft on AI automations, the way that I would go about it as a business owner is to start small and then scale. So instead of trying to go for this $10,000, $20,000 project that automates your entire systems at once, don't. Go for a $1,000 project. Test the waters. Maybe find a developer. Find someone like myself who does consultings, and have them run you through what is possible for your business and what you should start with. So start only with one process, then measure the results of that process. And once that works, and once you see that you found people who can make that work for you, then expand gradually. Okay, so meet Make. No, this is not a sponsorship. No, I'm not sponsored by Make, even though I've been talking about them forever. This is just what I've learned from them, and I think they're a very good source, and they'll help you learn a lot. So, Make helps you with automation without any technical experience. I know that automation seems complex, and there's so many different levels to AI, to automating, to system processes itself. But with Make, you really have the option to simplify all of that, and it gets people that maybe weren't in the development field. I personally am a data analyst, so I haven't been doing software development for too long. I understand how to code and those basic things, but you don't have to. And trust me, I've been doing Make now for over a month, and I think I've never used code that I can't actually access from the website itself. So, the perks of Make AI. It has things such as visual automations, which is amazing. You literally can just drag, drop, and connect everything in one go, and all you have to type is the valuable names, the variable names, just kind of implement things to connect them, which is not as hard as it seems. Integration with AI. Make is amazing, and I really mean it's incredible at implementing AI into their systems. You can have a request come in and pass it over to ChatGPT, to 11 Labs, and have them send an email, send a notification, call a customer, create lead magnets, so many different things, set up appointments, book calls. You can implement AI into pretty much every aspect of every business. I've seen construction businesses doing this. I've seen restaurants doing this. I've seen online agencies doing this. I've seen drop shipping stores doing this. The scope of AI implementation is incredible because it's a tool to help your business advance. It's a tool to help your business skyrocket into the next level. And it helps you take care of those tasks that you really don't want to do, but you have to do. The bottom line, with automation, obviously, and with tools like Make and AI implementation, you can reduce the time that you spend on repetitive tasks, meaningless tasks, or not meaningless because obviously these tasks have to get done. Writing scripts, writing contracts, all these things have to get done, but they are repetitive and they do spend and waste a lot of your time when you could be putting that into something that maybe directly impacts sales a bit more. And with automation, and especially AI automation, it's really proven over the last couple of years that it helps reduce the cost of your business and it helps reduce the time spent on your business by over 85%. Key takeaways. Generative AI creates, LLMs understand language, and GPTs is just a form of LLMs. A GPT, or generative pre-trained transformer, uses a transformer from the LLMs and from the teachings that it's gotten from GenAI and from different machine learning techniques to implement all of the different learnings it has once it's prompted to do so. Second, knowing your limitations. It is so crucial that you know the limitations of AI. No matter how big and how positive AI can be and how meaningful and how impactful it can be for your business, you need to understand there are downsides to it. AI is not flawless. No one is, nothing is. So the key to it is understanding the limitations so you can counter those limitations. And finally, start small with tools like Make and then implement more. Make is going to be your number one asset. Especially if you're starting to do automation, it's going to be incredible. What mistakes should you avoid? Because I've been talking about there's a whole bunch of things that you can't do and that you shouldn't do, but let me make it clear. You shouldn't automate too much at once. Don't do it. If you're just getting started, start small. Automate the systems that are repetitive and most kind of annoying, but don't have an incredible impact on the business yet. Because if you do that, you can get a gauge of who you're working with and also of what's going on, how your processes work, how everything flows. And you can start understanding operations. You can start understanding all of these different aspects, which are going to come in crucially at the end of your automations. 2, not having clear metrics. You need to have clear metrics, especially with automation. Number 3, poor quality data. This is a terrible thing that I see happen a lot now that I'm kind of getting into this field, is that a lot of the people that I'm working with and a lot of the businesses that I see, they just don't understand the quality of data. They have a whole bunch of different mixed files and they don't care about throwing them all at once together, and they just want to figure this all out all at once, and they don't understand that in order to make the automations happen, you have to have a system. It's the same way as lead generation, is the same way as any other business systems. So, what's your action plan? Number 1, identify one repetitive task, one repetitive process. Number 2, explore Make. Number 3, test a simple automation. Don't just look at the processes, don't just see how they flow, but also implement them. Start taking processes, start making your own modules, start automating systems. This is a free shout out for myself. If you clicked on this video, thank you so much for watching this. But I do obviously do this as a business. I don't just love making YouTube videos, even though I think it is fun and everything. I do this as a business. I am learning automation. I'm sharing what I learned in hopes of getting clients and getting people who want to work with me, who I can help implement AI and add AI into their systems. And that eventually I can help be the person that implements it. So, for now, I do free consulting. If you're interested, if you don't want to study Make for 40 hours like I have, if you want someone that can take that off your plate, please feel free to consult with me. I go ahead and put my link. I have a form, a Google form. You fill that out. I'll go ahead and reach out to you if you're interested in any free AI automation consulting. With that being said, if you liked what I had to say, if you think any of this is valuable, go ahead and subscribe, give me a comment. And if you want any specific AI automation content as I learn going through the journey, maybe just how to get started, go ahead and reach out to me, comment something down below, and I'll go ahead and get with you.